everyone, welcome to CES 2026. This is the Consumer Electronics Show and it happens every single year in January. And y'all, this convention hall looks extremely crowded, but I am so excited to make my way in there and see everything that I can see. Every year, the Consumer Electronics Show gives us a great idea of what we can expect for the next year in terms of consumer technology. I've been coming to the show for 17 years, so I have seen a lot of changes throughout the years. And this year, of course, the big thing is going to be AI. I know that not all of us are super excited about AI, so my goal with this video is to try to find the most interesting devices from most of those brands where you can actually see these products come to market this year. You might see a few prototypes in this video, but overall you're going to see products that will actually be releasing, and I will be asking those hard-hitting questions about security and privacy. So join me inside as we find all the coolest technology, and I'll see you on the other side. Wow, the convention center looks amazing now. The whole hall has been redone and it looks incredible. Dude, shout out to the LVCC for completely reimagining this intro space to the LVCC, to the Central Hall, because this is so much more open, it's so much more relaxed and easy to get around in here. It used to be very closed, very dark in here, and I could not shoot worth a damn. So I'm really happy to see how nice this looks now.
Samsung's new Galaxy Book 6 Ultra and Galaxy Book 6 Pro are kind of a flex, starting with the Galaxy Book 6 Ultra. So this is Samsung's absolute powerhouse. It's running Intel Core Ultra Series 3 processors. It's got a dedicated NPU pushing up to 50 TOPS for AI workloads. And yes, you can spec it with an NVIDIA RTX 5060 laptop GPU, which means this thing is clearly aimed at creators and editors and gamers who want real performance in a nice, slim, lil body. Now the display is a 16-inch, it's dynamic AMOLED 2X touchscreen, hitting up to 1000 nits. It's also got 120 Hz refresh rate and up to 30 hours of video playback, which is kind of wild. And then we have the Book 6 Pro. So this one is a sleeker, more portable sibling. You still get the Intel Core Ultra Series 3 chips, the same AI acceleration, and that gorgeous AMOLED display, but it's in a thinner and lighter package, especially on the 14-inch model. Now, Samsung even added a vapor chamber to the Pro line this year, which is a first, so thermals should be way better under sustained loads. Ultra is for max power, Pro is going to be for premium portability. Samsung is making something beautiful, all these beautiful machines. All right, how many folds can you put into a phone? Well, in the case of Samsung, they made a TriFold phone, meaning it has 2 hinges. It is wild. It feels very futuristic. I kind of feel like I should be on the enterprise deck, pulling out this phone to communicate with people. I kind of want one of these as a tablet that can just fit in my pocket. It's really cool. This is the Samsung Galaxy Z TriFold. When fully unfolded, you're looking at a massive 10-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display that basically turns your phone into a mini workstation or a portable movie theater. But then it folds all the way down into something that you can actually pocket. Somehow, it's magic. It's engineering witchcraft. 4K no los dos, is that how you say it? Now it's insanely thin at just 3.9 millimeters whenever you open it, yet it still packs in a whopping 5,600 milliamp hours battery, split across all 3 panels for balanced power, and 45 watts of fast charging is included too. Powering everything is the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy chipset, a 200 megapixel main camera, that's the same as the Fold 7, which is excellent, I've already tested that one, and Samsung's fancy hinge system. So hello, my nerd friends. This is the first phone with standalone Samsung DeX, meaning full desktop mode without needing a monitor. And yes, Galaxy AI is also in here too. So is this thing niche? Absolutely. Is it gonna be expensive? Yes. Will I sell my kidney for one? Yes, my precious.
By the way, I wanted to take a moment to thank my s'mores over on Patreon as well as right here on YouTube. If you are interested in signing up, all you have to hit is join down below after you subscribe, and you can join my s'mores here on YouTube and get some benefits, as well as on Patreon over on patreon.com/Shannon Morse. All of my s'mores get access to things like early access videos like this one, and I will be doing my annual giant tech garage sale very soon, and my patrons and my YouTube s'mores subscribers are going to get first access plus a coupon code. So if you're interested in getting access to that, early access to my videos, as well as access to my Discord, which is very private but super conversational. We have a lot of fun in there. Then you can support me over on the Patreon as well as right here on YouTube. And thank you again so much to my patrons and for my YouTube s'mores for sticking around and watching this content. Truly, the only reason I am here at the convention is because of your support. So I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate that you support my channel so much. It means a lot to me, and if it wasn't for you, I would not be here this year. So thank you. Okay. Let's go ahead and head inside and see what is happening here at the convention center. So the first one that I have here is the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 14 Aura Edition. This one features an Intel Core Ultra X7 Series 3 processor, Windows 11, and Intel Arc graphics or Intel integrated graphics as well. For the memory, you're going to get up to 64 gigs of RAM as well as 2 terabytes of PCIe Gen 5 storage. They support Gen 5, which I love, and you also have Wi-Fi 7 and of course Bluetooth 5.4. The nubbin, it's still there. The display on this thing is beautiful. It's a 14-inch 2.8K 16:10 OLED, 120 hertz with a good 500 nits of brightness. The battery is a big 58 watt hour, and this thing is going to be super, super thin and very lightweight. In fact, it's as thin as 0.3 inches or 7.7 millimeters. And the weight starts at 996 grams. So the ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 14 Aura Edition, this will come out in Q1 for $19.99. So Motorola has a new FIFA edition of the Razer, the Motorola Razer. This is the FIFA World Cup 26th edition. It's really beautiful. So they have done a few different collaborations. The Swarovski crystal one was gorgeous, and this one is super, super pretty. If you're a FIFA fan, there you go, collector. Collectors, I hear you. I'm a collector too. This is the Motorola Signature, which is going to be the premium top-of-the-line smartphone from Motorola. Very excited about this device. Hopefully I can get my hands on one. I might need to go overseas and just like find one somewhere. And this beautiful device is the Motorola Razer Fold. So this is Motorola's very first folding device in terms of this type of aspect ratio, this type of design. And look at that display. Now, I am insanely curious about this device. Now, it won't come out in the US for at least the next few months. We don't have an exact release date on this one yet. We don't have prices on this one yet. But given that Motorola has given us some beautiful foldy devices at really awesome prices, I am insanely curious about this one. Insanely. I love seeing their competition. I love seeing their devices and the intuitive designs. They're really bringing a lot to the market for a great price. So I cannot wait to see this in person and be able to start reviewing it.
This is the Communicator from Clix Technology, and everyone's talking BlackBerry here, but it is giving me Palm Centro vibes. I can't be the only person who had one of those in the early 2000s, right? First smartphone? No? Was I the only one? This is a $499 Android phone that's very intentionally not trying to be your doom scrolling device. It's designed as a second phone for people who actually do work on their phones, like emails, Slack, messages, documents, all that kind of good stuff. No addictive social apps or games here. Instead, it uses Niagara Launcher to keep things focused on communication and productivity. Now, the star of the show is the tactile physical keyboard. It's ergonomic, it's very clicky, it's touch sensitive, so you can scroll without even touching the screen. There's also this signal light on the side, which you can customize with colors and patterns. Also, there's a headphone jack, a physical SIM plus eSIM, expandable micro SD up to 2 terabytes, a physical airplane mode switch, and swappable back covers. Android 16 with 5 years of security updates, a 4,000 milliampere hour battery, 50 megapixel main camera, wireless charging, NFC, 5G. It's got all the goods. Early birds can snag it for $399 with a deposit, and it ships later this year. Now, if you don't want a whole second phone, Clix also announced the Power Keyboard, which is basically their answer to making a universal style Clix keyboard. It's a $79 snap-on, slide-out physical keyboard that works with phones, tablets, smart TVs, even AR and VR headsets. It attaches magnetically using MagSafe or Qi 2. It has its own 2150 milliamp per hour battery, and it adjusts to different phone sizes. Now, Clix says that they've already shipped shipped over 100,000 keyboards worldwide, so clearly there is a demand for buttons that we can actually feel again, and I am certainly a part of that market because I prefer physical keyboards. This is the MC03 from Punkt, and it is a very different kind of Android phone. Now, Punkt's mission is privacy, security, and digital minimalism. That is why I am here. The MC03 runs AFI OS, which is Punkt's privacy-first operating system built on Android open source, so no Google background tracking baked in. Instead, applications run in a controlled environment called a sandbox. Now, Punkt splits usage into two different zones. There's this Lockdown Vault for vetted apps, and something called Wild Web, which I love, where you can install regular Android apps but with super granular permission controls. So sensors, background access, data usage, you are in charge of all of that stuff. Hardware-wise is actually pretty solid. You get a 6.67-inch OLED display with a smooth 120Hz refresh rate, a 5200 mAh battery that's user replaceable, and yes, it still manages an IP68 rating. Cameras are modest but totally fine for everyday life. And also, there is more. It has a 3.5mm headphone jack, so you don't need to depend on Bluetooth. It's $699 plus a $10 monthly subscription after the first year. The subscription supports the privacy-first development. So if privacy, control, and owning your data matter more than flexing benchmark scores, the MC03 is a pretty sweet alternative. This is the TCL Note A1 NXTPAPER. You are getting an 11.5-inch NXTPAPER display with a crisp 2200 by 1440 resolution and a smooth 120Hz refresh rate. Now inside, it's rocking a MediaTek Helio G100, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigs of storage. Battery life looks pretty solid too at 8,000 mAh battery and 33 watts fast charging, plus Bluetooth 5.3 and dual speakers. There's also a 13 megapixel camera on the back, and yes, there are some AI features built in like AI summaries, handwriting to text, and writing assist, and they also have this thing called smart rewrites. Now it comes in this gray color, and while pricing and availability are still to be determined, this already feels like a pretty killer option for students and note takers. And they also had a phone to introduce. This is the TCL NXTPAPER 70 Pro. Thanks to that NXTPAPER key, you can jump between color paper mode, ink paper mode, and max ink mode on the fly. Now max ink mode gives you up to 7 days of reading and nearly a month of standby. Plus the display is TUV and SGS certified, so your eyes don't hate you after a long day of work. Under the hood, it's powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7300. It also has a 5200 mAh battery, 33 watt charging. You got a 50 megapixel main camera with OIS, a 32 megapixel selfie cam, and it has IP68 water and dust resistance and storage options up to 512 gigs. Also, if you use a stylus, TCL is leaning hard into that real writing vibe with AI handwriting input and note tools. Pricing is going to start at €339, launching in February across Europe. It will come to North America along with other markets.
Aw, thanks Shannon. Super excited to see you here at the Razer booth. So as I said, I'm Kira, and I'm part of Project Ava by Razer.
This is Project Ava from Razer, and yes, it finally has a physical form here at CES. It's a full-on desktop device that sits next to your laptop or your monitor like a tiny AI anime waifu or husbando, depending on which you prefer. Project Ava is a real-time gaming assistant that watches your gameplay, and it gives you live advice while you are playing, like loadout suggestions or strategy tips, or just like any other AI assistant, it will also answer general questions as well. The AI avatar Razer demoed is called Kira, but there are multiple characters, and Razer does say that you'll be able to customize them too. The hardware itself is a cylindrical display with a transparent shell. It's got a glowing base and a camera on the front. Instead of overlaying advice directly onto your game, Ava lives in its own little holodeck, which I think is so cute. Where are my Trekkies? I'm a Trekkie. I actually got to have a little conversation with it in Japanese, and I watched a guy have a convo in French, so I know that it can converse in multiple languages, and the conversations are pretty well done.
O genki desu ka?
OK ってノリいいね。英語混ぜて CES 満喫中。
That is so
俺のゲーミング
cool.
アドバイスでブースト。
Zen wa sugoi desu.
ありがとう。すごい。
He said arigato. That's so cool.
プロ技でゲーム
Although I will say, I'm not very good at Japanese. This is pretty much like all that I know, so I was able to have a very short conversation with it. No release date yet, but it is targeted sometime this year.
All right, welcome to Samsung's first look and booth. We're gonna go check it out and see what it's like. Ooh, this is really pretty. Look at this. Wow. Oh, so cool. This is amazing. Oh, wow. This is so incredible. Oh, I'm in outer space. Okay, that was the... That was the most amazing intro I've seen for a booth in a long time. That was really cool. Okay, let's go take a look at Samsung's brand new TV. This is the Micro RGB TV. It's 130 inches. This actually features the new Micro RGB technology from Samsung. We've seen really similar technology from a lot of brands in the past year and a half or so. So this really seems like the trend going forward for TVs. In Samsung's case, they're using micro-sized RGB backlights and local dimming for ultra-detailed, true-to-life color. There's also an AI engine built into the TV to fine-tune the RGB pixels, so that's supposed to give you vivid visuals, exceptional color accuracy. I know I sound like I'm marketing speaking right now, but that's the basics of what this TV is going to do for you. Now, this looks really unique because it's kind of designed around the idea of an architectural large window frame, so it doesn't look like your classic TV. Now, you can see the television behind me. You can see how big it really is. It's really a gigantic TV, and the color contrast and the detail is absolutely gorgeous. It's very, very vibrant. It's very color accurate, and it's very sharp too. I'm looking at a lot of the details going into this television, and you can see how sharp it is in person. So here is the new Micro RGB TV from Samsung without that curvature from my wide angle lens. Honestly, I almost feel like I need to have that on here just so you can see how big this TV is in person. Okay, I have to show you this really incredible demonstration of how LEDs look different based on the technology used. So here we have conventional LEDs. This is what a conventional LED looks like if you blew it up 50 times. So this is 50 times larger than what a conventional LED looks like. And when you look at it in a little magnifying glass, this is what you would see. So you're only having that one LED, and that one LED gives you a certain kind of color. Many LEDs distribute the color to a bunch of different miniature LEDs, which totally makes sense, right? And it looks like you're going to get a lot more light. The light is going to be a lot more detailed, a lot more specific. But then we take a look at micro RGB. So micro RGB is splitting up the RGB, the red, green, and blue, into a bunch of teeny, tiny little micro-sized LEDs, fit into the same type of space as one of these guys, except even smaller. If you look inside this magnifying glass, that's what your micro RGB LED would look like. But you can't even really see it with the naked eye because it's so small. And this gives you a good idea of why they're able to separate all the different colors between such a teeny tiny little space. I'm gonna stand right next to it so you can see exactly how tall this thing is. All right, so I'm standing right next to it. I know you're super far away right now, but that's because I had to zoom this thing out in order to get this entire thing in frame. But look how big it is. It's so tall, and this whole thing is micro RGB to give you an idea of like how detailed and how precise the color is in here and how vibrant it is. This thing is beautiful. I'm very impressed, honestly. I'm not a huge TV person. Obviously, I'm more of a reviewer of, the mobile phones, but when I look at this, I'm just like, wow, I'm very impressed by the technology.
This is the Acer Swift Go 16 AI, and it's basically a choose-your-own-adventure type of laptop because you can get it with either an Intel Core Ultra Series 3 or an AMD Ryzen AI, and either way you're getting Copilot plus PC features. So up front there's a gorgeous 16-inch OLED display with 16:10 aspect ratio and up to WQXGA plus resolution, touch support, it's colorful, it's sharp, and honestly it'd be pretty perfect for creators and entertainment. Despite the big screen, it's very slim, around 15 millimeters. It weighs up to 1.6 kilograms depending on the config. You can spec it out at up to 32 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte PCIe Gen 4 SSD with a 71 watt-hour battery for all-day use. You also get Thunderbolt 4, HDMI 2.1, Wi-Fi 7, DTS:X Ultra audio, and a 5 megapixel IR camera with a privacy shutter. Also, let me introduce you to the Acer Nitro V16 AI lineup. Yes, there are options here too. So first up we have the Nitro V16 AI, which comes in Intel or AMD flavors depending on your vibe. On the Intel side, you can spec it up to a Core Ultra 7 paired with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 laptop GPU. The AMD version swaps in a Ryzen AI processor, still rocking RTX 5070 graphics. Both versions get a 16-inch 16:10 OLED display up to 180 Hz with a crisp 1920 by 1200 resolution and near full sRGB coverage. It's pretty slim too for a gaming laptop at under 18 millimeters. It has a 4-zone RGB keyboard, cooling dual fans, dual intake, and dual exhaust. You can also spec it up to 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, 2 terabytes of PCIe NVMe storage, plus it also has Thunderbolt 4 and Wi-Fi 6E. Now the Acer Nitro V16S AI is the sleeker sibling. It's thinner, it's lighter, it's designed for people who want gaming power without screaming gaming laptop. You still get the RTX graphics and the high refresh rate displays, just in a more portable package.
Oh my gosh. Look at these cute little babies. These are by TCL. I originally saw these at IFA earlier in 2025 back in Berlin, Germany, but now we're seeing a whole bunch of custom ones. One body, infinite possibilities is their slogan here. Look at all these cute little robots. They are so adorable. My goodness. Hello, you sweet little babies, little Tamagotchis. Amy, hello, you're so cute. It's nice to see you too. Hi. I want a bunny rabbit, Amy. It's very cute. I want one. This is adorable. Amy, take a picture.
Sure. See that spot under your feet? Step on it. 3, 2, 1, cheers.
Okay, it's adding a touch of magic to my photo. I'm intrigued. What's it gonna look like? This is so cute. Aww. Oh, look, it's me. Oh, kawaii. That is so cute. I am here at the ASUS booth. I'm really excited to share that ASUS and I am working together in collaboration on a computer build. I'm super excited because this is going to be my 2026 gaming and editing computer build. So thank you so much to ASUS for doing that with me. So now that we are at CES 2026, let's go ahead and find out what ASUS is up to this year. So I found my way over to the ASUS Zephyrus G14, which is currently the laptop of choice for all of my mobile editing. I have the 2024 edition, so I was super excited to see the newest 2026 model. Now, most of these upgrades are going to be your pretty general upgrades, like now we have Wi-Fi 7 going in here. We do have a higher nits brightness on this screen, so the brightness is a little bit brighter, which I'm very excited about. It's going up to 1100 nits. I also noticed if we can flip this over, and I'll try to do this with one hand, you'll notice that the fans on the bottom, the intake fans, are a lot bigger. So there's a lot more space, it's a lot more spread out, but it's still extremely durable and very, very strong. So you have a really, really nice intake fan there. That should help with cooling, so I'm excited to see that too. Now, one of my favorite upgrades, because, you know, I'm a content creator, is going to be this full-size SD card in the 14-inch model. So if you are an editor, if you're somebody that uses a lot of SD cards, that's going to be a great upgrade for us. So here's the new G14. Over on the side, we have that full SD card. So excited about that. We also have those big, big intake fans on the bottom. They're absolutely gorgeous. And we still have that same form factor on the top. So if you're really used to the keyboard here, the touchpad, which is extremely, extremely easy to use, then you're not going to see a big change on the top of this. It'll still be the same kind of keyboard and mouse and touchpad that you've had experience with if you have a previous Zephyrus. So this does have an Intel Core Ultra 9 processor in there. You're also getting the new NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 laptop GPUs, up to 2 terabytes of storage, 64 gigs of RAM. It's still extremely lightweight. We're talking about 1.5 kilograms in weight, and you have that gorgeous liquid metal cooling. So overall, really excellent option for people who are looking for a portable laptop that has really good battery. My battery lasts forever in my 2024 model, and something that you can actually edit and play video games on. It's a really great laptop. I'm a big fan of these. I'm excited to test one of these new ones out. My friend was showing me around in here, and he said that if I really enjoy Kojima Productions by Hideo Kojima, hi! I just saw another friend, that I need to come over to this corner, and I almost lost my stuff when I walked into this corner because my best friend would freak out seeing all of these new products. Okay, I am very excited to announce and show you many new products that are coming out from ASUS, which are in collaboration with Kojima Productions. So, over here we have the ROG Delta 2 KJP, these brand new headsets. We also have the ROG Keras 2 Origin KJP, which is going to be your mouse. And they have the ROG Scabbard 2, this mouse pad. It's a beautiful mouse pad underneath here. Now, since this is a ASUS collaboration with Kojima, I kind of wish this was full size, but I'm just so excited to see it in person. Let me show you this carrying case though, because it looks like it's from Death Stranding. It really, really does. So you put your laptop in here, and then you can close this case. And doesn't it just look like you exist in the universe? Like, you're in the video game with this. It's so cool. And here we have the ROG Flow Z13 KJP edition. So you'll notice that it's very familiar to the regular ROG Flow Z13, but this one, of course, is the Kojima Productions version. So you have the colors, you have those specific colors, you have the really interesting design going into this product. Actually, I'm going to take a look at the one with the mouse pad. And if I flip this over, you can actually see the back of it and see how it's built. So this is very specific to that aesthetic, that design. If you flip out the little stand, you can see even more of that design on the back of it too. And I'm very impressed by it. I think it's incredible. Well, that about wraps up my show. I have seen pretty much everything that I could see in the course of like 4 days that I was here. So for more from CES, make sure to subscribe to the channel, engage with the video, share it with your friends so that people understand how important security and privacy is, especially in this age of AI. I'm gonna go find something to eat. I will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of my YouTube shorts. Bye, y'all.